my channel. Today I am making this music festival Coachella look for you. It is very inspired by Brookelle. She is an amazing Instagram artist, and I was totally disappointed to find out she doesn't do tutorials because I was like, I want this look. So this is my take on the version. You guys know I don't like to do carbon copies. One, because my face is never going to be like somebody else's, but also the tools I had at my disposal were different colors, different shades. I have no idea what she used because this was completely on a whim. Like she has white dots above her eyebrows. I clearly did red because that's what I had. I also used the eye colors that I had available, and I added some sparkle to it just because I wanted to and it looked like fun. So this is the look I came up with for Coachella that is very inspired. I hope you like this video. If you want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. Okay, so right now I already have some fake eyelashes on because I'm not good at doing them, so I just needed to get them done early. So I have already put on my Painterly Pro Longwear Paint Pot on my eyes to kind of start the base. Then I put on my Tarte Shape Tape all around my eyes, and I set it with powder all around my eyes just to have a base so all of this has stuff to stick to. So I'm starting with the eyes, and everybody who's been watching me for a while is like, what? You always do the face first. I know, but I saw a video recently with Jaclyn Hill saying that she's gone back and forth for a while and she really thinks her eyes always look better when she does them first and then her face. So I was like, okay, this is more of an eye look, so here we go. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna be starting out with some neutral shades just to start a base for blending. I know a lot of people don't like to do this because they just want to see that pigment already, but I have noticed when I do this, when I start with lighter shades and build it, it really does come out with a nice cleaner look. So that's what I'm going to do today. You can skip it if you want to. I'm going to be going in first with this nice brown shade. It does not have a name on the back, otherwise I would tell you what it is, but it's this great matte shade that's like a light chocolate brown. Taking a fluffy brush, and I'm going to be putting this into my crease. Kind of pulling it all the way through. I've only done like one other cut crease look, and since this is a cut crease look, I'm really challenging myself, guys, so bear with me. Next, I'm going to be taking Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek, and I'm going to get a more structured brush. I'm going to be putting it on there, and then I'm also going to be working that into my crease as well because we're building the color right now. And if you're seeing a lot of cake makeup down by my lashes right now, it is because I have already attempted to try to do some of this a little bit, and a lot of mowers started and I had to kind of start all over again. So sorry, there's a lot of outside noise and then it just kind of wasn't gonna flow right, the look wasn't looking right, so this is round two. Now I'm gonna be going into my Galaxy Chic palette, and I've used this palette on camera before, and I'm gonna go into this Aphrodite shade right here. It's this really great like purple, red, maroon shade. And then I'm gonna pull this all the way through, and I'm using a more dense crease brush. Looks like she has some really great orange hues in it, and I don't know how well this is going to work, but I'm going to go in here with Jupiter next, right above that shade. Flat, very firm brush. I'm just going to go right above it. I'm going to bring you guys in just a little bit closer. Don't mock my eyelashes. I'm not that good at them yet, and I already have makeup on from before. Kind of putting the Jupiter right above that, which is more of a corally pink shade. But then I'm going to take this same brush. So first I'm going to start pulling this shade out towards the end of my brow here, because there is like a makeup wing going to be starting here. And that's kind of where I messed up last time. So fingers crossed this works this time. Oh, this is what I get for winging my looks. Winging my looks, get it. Sorry. All right, out to the brow again, starting to lift it. We always want to try to lift the eyes, not bring them down. That's what I did wrong with the first time I tried this. It was more like Batman and not like this gorgeous like uplift, because you always want to lift the face. You don't want to bring the face down. I'm going to go in with the shade Venus on the same brush that has whatever is left over from that pigment to start blending the two. The thing is with this is it's supposed to be fun. So if you get inspired halfway through and start making it your own, you know I do that all the time anyway, you do you, girl. Start bringing that down here from the corner out. Just kind of start lifting with a shadow. What I do not recommend at this point is what I did the first time around, which was take my Fix Plus and make it really bold, because then it becomes more of a paste and it's a more structured look. And this is a very feathery winged look. You don't want a lot of like solid pigment, you want the feathered wing look. So I'm gonna try to stay away from this as much as I can. Kind of building here. Do you see where we're going? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah, you are. I'm sure you are. As I'm looking at her picture, I have it printed out. There's a lot of purple, great hues in that. So I do have some great hues in that palette, but I'm gonna go to an oldie but a goodie Studio on the Go makeup palette, and this is in the Cool Down. And the Cool Down has all of these fabulous purple shades in it. I haven't reached for this in a hot minute, so it'll be nice to kind of revisit this. Now what I'm gonna start with, I'm gonna build this the same way I was discussing building in the crease. This more shimmer purple that's got some gray into it. And I'm gonna start building it from the corners out. Don't judge my lashes right now. I just saw them in the camera. Ugh. And another reason that right now I'm doing this, kind of like how Jaclyn Hill and many of others of you have said, do you see this fallout right now? Yeah, we're just gonna be able to clean all this up with our actual makeup so we don't have such a wreck going. High enough up here that I'm kind of meeting that orangey shade that we just put in there, just so it starts lightly blending into each other. But because again, we are not wetting our brush, we have a lot more control over it. I come in here with my my Revolution BX 95, and this little brush here is gonna have a lot of structure to it. And I'm gonna go in with this deep purple shade here. And I'm gonna start here on my outer corner and kind of just start dragging out. I'm gonna go into the color shade High Rise from ColourPop, and I'm going to be taking a little flat brush here, and I'm going to be working on those corners because she's got some nice shade right at where her lashes start meeting the wing here. I'm trying to keep that down lower, less higher up by where that orange shade is, where we were kind of meeting the purple. Keeping this down low. Now I'm going to be taking the ColourPop shade Melrose. I'm going to start marrying some of these colors with a fluffy brush. Right up here. Neighbors just came outside and are very loud, so I'm so sorry if you can hear them. So next what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this little e.l.f. brush that's flat with some structure to it, and I'm going to be going into the shade I Spy. I'm going to be taking this very like creamy peachy shade, and I'm going to be just blending it upward where that orange color was. Just kind of taking it out past the eyebrow and just kind of continuing that wing. Now I need to start working on that cut crease, and it makes me nervous. All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is get out a concealer palette from e.l.f. and I'm going to take the lightest shade here, and I'm going to use that to start the cut crease. I need to find a brush that will work. Let's see. I have it on my brush. Wish me luck. I'm so nervous. Where the lashes meet the concealer, it's crazy. It's not the prettiest, but you know, we're going to make it work. So the concealer actually like comes through right on here to the bridge of your nose. A triangle right there. Really just kind of getting that in there so I know where I'm going. Concealer on. Right, I have a brand new shade that I've not gotten to use yet, and I think that's what I'm going to go over with that. This is Rockstar, and this is a Makeup Geek shade that I believe is about to be discontinued. So if you want it, please feel free to get it. It's like this gray shimmer white shade. Like, I don't even know the best way to explain it. Go ahead and try and swatch it for you. I think I'm going to go ahead and put that on my crease here once I feel like this is properly dried a bit. I'm going to let that sit for just a little bit, and I'm going to start working back towards this. This meaning the wing. So I'm going to take my ColourPop shade Elixir. And this is another great corally brown shade that looks really great with what she's got going. So, just adding some more, feathering it out. I've mostly, as you've noticed, been focusing above the eyes, not done much below, and that's about to change. So I'm going to take this shade, because it's not too dark, it's not too red. I'm going to take that and start coming down. I'm going to be taking this little flat brush, this little fluffy brush, and this is a Mally brush. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm. I'm going to come back into this palette, and as I'm looking at the shades, she's got some purple. So let's go into this purple shimmer gray looking tone. We're just going to start putting that over here. There is fallout in this palette, guys, so we will be doing some cleanup, but that's why we did the eyes first. This is where it's going to get a little repetitious, because we're going to go back and forth with the purple and the coral shades. Going back with the Melrose. This is still tacky but not crazy up here on my lids where the concealer is. So I'm going to take my flat e.l.f. brush, make sure there's nothing on it. I'm going to take all this off. I'm going to take this flat brush here. I'm going to go into that Rockstar shade I was telling you about. Pack it on my lid. Right where the concealer was, including into the corners. What I'm going to do now is wet this brush to see if I can get some more color payoff. Oh yeah. This is still going to go with the look, but it's not going to be exactly hers. She has such a great crisp line where her white cut crease is. So I'm going to be taking this Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art, and I'm going to be taking the sparkle side of it. And this has a little brush on it. And I'm going to trace around where the crease cutout is. I know she doesn't have that, but it totally goes with the look. Okay, so now we have extra sparkle that she doesn't have, but you know, I like to glow, I like to glimmer. Why show up if you can't show off, you know? Now I think I want to start working towards the face a bit. I'm going to be going in with my Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 and O2 Natural. Yes, as I've talked about before, it does go a little more orangey on me, but this is such a festival look that it's going to look like a bronzy tan, and I'm going to balance it out. This is also going to help clean up any mistakes that you've made so far. All the way up. But this is the opportunity to kind of clean up what you need to. Take a little bit of this dark purple shade. Right, now we're going to start working in some of the pinky shades that you see there. And I have this gorgeous, wait for it, shade from ColourPop, so I'm going to be starting to use that. Mirroring that around the eye. I'm also going to start taking the shade Time Out, which is a shimmer pinky peach shade. An angled brush. Underneath the eye, just kind of dragging it up. Mirroring together that purple shade. Go into this Saturn shade on my BHS Cosmetics palette. Get some shine right up here. Underneath the brow bone. I'm kind of doing this probably in a random ass order that you guys are like, I wouldn't do it that way. You could totally do it your way. All right, now I'm going to pull out that shimmer shade down, like extend it from the eyebrow and kind of pull it out. You know what? I really like that. So, man, I really should try these things before I do crazy ass shit. But we're going to get a blush brush. We're going to take our Fix Plus. We're going to get our blush brush wet. I'm going to kind of push this together. I'm going to put it into that Saturn color like a professional makeup artist. And now I'm going to put that right here. Yeah, you can use a different highlighter, but I really like that shade and it looks a lot like what she has on hers. So I'm just going to start building our own little party here on our face. Gonna go into this shimmery Time Out shade. Again, squeezing the brush because we classy like that. Right up here on the apples of the cheeks. Yes, I'm using an eyeshadow as a blush. I don't really like the other blushes that I have because I'm not much of a blush girl, so this is nice and shimmery too. All right, I do want to kind of blend my eyes a bit more because on camera they're not looking as blended as it is in person. So I gotta work on that. Let me go into the purple just a dab or two. Just kind of blend this purple so it looks a little less patchy. Also gonna take this little tiny brush, go back into the Aphrodite shade. Just blend it, blend it, blend it. Flat brush here. And I'm going to go into the shade Prometheus right here. Just this rich, like burgundy purpley shade. Okay, just on the end of my brush. And I'm just kind of doing it from here, halfway through the eye and out. I'm not going all the way under. I don't want too much of a triangular look at this moment, so I'm just going to take that same brush that had all good shine right there. Blending it, wet flat brush into this very light shimmery shade here, and I'm going to pack this on my lid over the top of the Rockstar. Yes, be sure to bring it down. Now I'm going to do a little bit more face stuff because I haven't really touched my face. I'm going to take this flat, I use this as like a nose contouring brush. So I'm going to take some bronzer here for bronzer. Taking a dark bronzer and just kind of going right, just contouring it a little bit. All right, I'm going to move on now to eyebrows really quickly so get those on. I ended up using my MAC Rapid Black liquid eyeliner in the pen form, and I just went along my lashes and a little bit under the eye here, just kind of like up into there. She's got a little bit of a deeper shade right in her crease to kind of blend that out. I'm going to take this is actually an eyeliner brush, again with the shade High Rise. And I'm going to make it happen, Cap'n. I'm going to just make this a little bit more smoky. I'm just going to take again that little brush that had the Melrose on it and just kind of blend a bit. Outlast Smooth Wear from CoverGirl in the shade 100 Blush, and lining my lips. Alright, next I'm going to go in with my Aquarius 2, which is the Ultra Matte Lip. I don't know if I actually have anything that would do the white dots. I could do red dots with lipstick though. We're going to do red instead. Mostly because I don't have anything white to use. But I do have a pretty good ColourPop shade Norton that could go with this. So I'm just going to do little dots above my eyebrows. Not that we don't have enough shimmer already, but come on. This is Coachella we're talking about. This is music festivals we're talking about. I would like to take a little bit, dab it up, just to really get it in there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm sorry there are so many steps to it. I had never tried anything like this, and I just thought this would be so much fun to tackle. And I really feel very shimmery. I really like the way that the colors came out on my eyes. I almost just want to go to the grocery store like this. Do you think I'd get looks? I do. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, friends.